The needle struck and stopped, the sharp points pressed against Sebel's and Steve's nanosuits, scratching but unable to pierce the microscopic scales. The roots pulsed once, confused, then retreated back into the bark with a hiss. Sebel slumped to her knees, gasping. I thought that was it." Steve's laugh was hollow, shaky. "If this suit wasn't fireproof and acid-proof, we'd already be mulch." They decided to move quickly. They hacked through the forest floor, less soil than living muscle, a mat of roots and tendrils that twitched under their blades. After hours of cutting and sweating and the deafening chaos of screeches around them, Steve finally pulled free a small bag of dark, tangled earth. "Got it," he said, holding it up like treasure as they started back up the colossal tree. A slick movement darted across their path of vine, glossy and serpent-like. Before they could react, it lashed out, coiled around Steve's wrist, and snatched the bag. "Hey," he shouted, lunging after it. The vine casually split the bag with a thorn, plunged tiny rootlets inside, and in seconds drained the soil clean. Then it tossed the limp plastic away and slithered back into the forest shadows. Sebel stared, stunned. "Did it just farm our soil sample?" Steve's voice was flat. "This planet grows its own thieves." They had no choice but to gather another bag, fighting through more vines and roots until they secured a new sample. Exhausted, they finally staggered back into their lander. Before sealing the hatch, Sebel paused at the cargo hold. A single silver incubator hummed quietly inside, housing the 20 E-cyst eggs Schnex had entrusted to them before her death on Slushy. Sebel brushed her gloved fingers over the incubator's surface. "We can't keep moving them from world to world. They need stability." Steve frowned. "You're thinking of leaving them here?" "Look around, Steve. This planet is chaos, yes, but it's alive. Oxygen, warmth, endless roots. If they hatch, they'll at least have a fighting chance to grow better than trapped on our ship, vulnerable." Steve hesitated, then nodded reluctantly. Together, they placed the incubator at the base of a sheltered root cluster. The vines twitched around it, almost curious. Sebel whispered under her breath, as if speaking to Schnex herself, "We'll come back for them. I promise." Only then did they lift off. When they docked at the station, relief was short-lived. 2 stern investigators were waiting in the debrief chamber. "Sebel Tesfaye," one said, "we need a word." Inside the side room, their voices were clipped, cold. "We're aware of your earlier threats to go public. Whether bluff or not, the agency doesn't tolerate that. As of now, all your communications are monitored permanently." Sebel's jaw tightened. "You're treating me like a traitor." "Prove you're not," the other replied flatly. When she returned to the corridor, Steve raised his brows. "Everything okay?" "Perfect," Sebel said, forcing a smile. But her thoughts were on the incubator she'd left behind, pulsing gently in the roots of Mercato. 20 fragile lives hidden, waiting, and she prayed the agency would never find out.